the rest of the schedule while we have you for the quick moment that we do. Talladega Superspeedway is tonight, September 8th, for the Allison Brothers Tribute 250. Next week, it is Road America for the Road Soda 100, and that is September 15th. On the 22nd, we have the Crown Royal 200 at Homestead, Miami. And then the Earnhardt Tribute 200, September 29th at Richmond Raceway. Followed by the Gears Presents the finale at Las Vegas Motor Speedway on October 6th. Again, only a few more Fridays left to hang out, get down, and have a good time watching some next-gen Cup Series racing for the Gears Cup Series in 2023. Now, the moment you all been waiting for, points. If you haven't been paying attention to points, now you are. It's now down to the final 6 for the last 5 races here. Cody Johnson is your leader with 4,370 points. 27 points back is Mike DeWalt. Perrin Huggins, 38 points behind, with Sean Anderson, Matt Albert, and Nathan Fuller. And if you take a look to the right side of that column and wins, he is the man with the most wins in this group. Perrin Huggins, the most pulls in this group of drivers. So tonight it is the creme de la creme at one of the creme de la creme super speedways in the world, Talladega Superspeedway. Take a quick look, lock in your pick for maybe if you got a little bet with a friend or with if you're a driver. Who do you want to see win this championship? Again, a new winner will be crowned in 5 races left to crown the Gears Cup Series champion. I want to give a big shout out to Z-Lock and Bobby Mountain, who followed me just minutes ago. I do believe some of those guys are drivers, but happy to have you along with us for the ride for the Allison Brothers Tribute 250. I've been waiting for a while for this one, and happy that it's here. Let me give you a quick lowdown on what's going to happen tonight. It's going to be 94 laps. Again, 94 laps, 250 miles. Stage 1 is completion of lap 10, so it'll be a quick sprint. They won't have to pit. Stage 2 is completion of lap 34. You're going to get 1 fast repair, 5 tire sets, max fuel capacity of 50%. Cautions are manually called. We do have race control and eyes in the sky to keep track on who's misbehaving. Tyler, it is all right. You were in the playoffs, so you can wear that all season long at the end of the day. But happy to have you, Steiner. That goes for everybody else here in the lobby. Thank you to all the viewers at home watching. If you're a driver having this on in the background, I do appreciate you having it up. We always appreciate that. Let's take you out on the track right now and see what we can find. Kind of give you an idea of who is fastest in practice. Looks like it's Vandermerel, Justin Vandermerel, Tyler Curley, Zach Lockett, Kyle Munson, Ethan Burrell, Connor Rowe, John Cutliff, Kenneth Gallman, Brandon Meyer, Cody Johnson, your top 10 fastest in practice. 10 seconds here, as you can see, before we get into qualifying. I'm going to take us out here to a little scenic shot as we get set for qualifying again. If you're just hanging out, just tuning in, thank you for joining. I am the Horseboat. Welcome to the Casa de la Horseboat for the Gears Cup Series. Again, 2024, a lot of rumors being spread, or not spread, I should say. A lot of rumors are being kind of floated around the league a little bit. Gen 4, question mark, next year for Cup Series? We're not sure yet. But I can guarantee you one thing, next year's schedule is going to kick ass. And I hope you guys are here and along for the ride. Let's see who we can get as far as somebody out on the track that's willing. So let's look. Let's see a new 99 driver, Casey Hatch. Let's see if we can get a ride with him. LaMelo Yellow, Chevy Camaro, as he's just exiting pit lane now. One of the newer drivers to the Gears Cup Series, Casey Hatch. Get along on his onboard. Again, coming towards the end of the 2023 season, it's been a wild ride. We've had some races where it just got a little too buck wild. We've had really caution. We've had last week or 2 weeks ago at Darlington was probably the cleanest, the best race I've seen, and you wouldn't imagine that being as it is Darlington. But again, it's hard as hell to pass there. We all know that. Talladega, on the other hand, it's going to be pack racing. You're going to see a lot of action. I do hope we see a few cautions, but not too many. I do believe roughly there's about 35 to 40 cars. Looks like we have 35 green checks and 10 question marks in our attendance log. That looks to be just about damn near the whole group here. So as we're going to sit here with Casey Hatch in his first lap around the track, and hopefully my ISP will get their shit together tonight. We got a big race. We can't disappoint. I see first time chat, Bobby Mountain 95. He says he is in the 05. We're going to put you on the pin for 5 minutes. First lap for Casey Hatch is going to put him in third place with a 53.56. Let's get you the Tower of Power. Looks like that's not going to be good enough for a top 10, but he is hanging on in ninth. Let's see what his second lap is like. Fantastic looking lime green and yellow 99 machine coming down to the front stretch of Tri-Oval. Can Casey, who's now currently 16th, improve on their time? Casey up to 13th fastest. Let's ride along now with Michael DeWald, who switched manufacturers to Ford. From Toyota to Ford, and it's fitting. That 20 car is fast. Again, currently second in points, as you can see designated on the banner there. He is a playoff contender. And down the backstretch he goes. Zoom, zoom, vroom, vroom for Mike DeWalt. Said he knows a few people that believe that John Wilkes Booth didn't do it. He was set up. I don't know if they really believe that or not, but it's still hysterical every time I think about it. See what his first lap looks like. Gonna be 30th so far. Feel like we might just hit capacity here. Looks like we have, I think, 39 drivers here tonight, so that is amazing. Jingle My Bells, number 67 right here. That's hot, that's hot. Gonna pin your first time chat as well. As we are getting to the Chase warm-up. I think it's crazy how that stuff changes so fast. So 3 minutes of action here for that as we get set and ready to rumble. For the Allison Brothers Tribute 250 for the Gears Cup Series. Chase race 6 of 10. 5 races left to crown the champion. Again, there will be a new champion this year. Keaton Sawyers, who was last year's champion, did not make the cut to get into the playoffs, but he did make a miraculous run. Big shout out to Keaton. Jingle My Bells with a follow 1 minute ago. And the number 67, let me take a gander at who he is. Colby Hogan. Thank you, Colby, for the follow and hanging out with me. Honey Badgers here tonight. Thank you. Let's go indeed. I am stoked, and I hope you guys are too. This is going to be a good race. I can feel it. Goal tonight here. If you're Perrin Huggins or Mike DeWalt, a win would be sweet, but they got to keep Cody Johnson in their rearview mirror. That is a big test tonight. Cody Johnson is one of those guys that you may not see him right away. He might be floating around in the back of the pack or with mile and a halfs or less. He does really good on pit strategies. So I don't know how that's going to play out for him tonight. There's about 18 laps roughly of fuel you're going to get in a run. If you're saving, maybe you can stretch it to 20, 22. I don't know. Some of these guys are really good at it. I, for one, am not. Recruitment race will follow shortly after this race. And I'm going to lobby for a Gen 4 Talladega race. I honestly wanted to be right out here tonight with these fellas, as super speedways are, I think, for a lot of people fun, but for myself included, it's one of my best traits. I can run with the best of them at super speedways. I think a lot of people can't. Oh, looks like Nate Fuller's getting sent to the cleaners. Gonna hang out with his friends and listen to the old Fugees album. Yeah, he's gonna hit that wall. Again, this is warm up. We got about 40 seconds, so grab a beverage, grab something to drink, get ready to go for 250 miles or 94 laps around Alabama's finest Talladega Superspeedway. I've been looking forward to this race all season. It's one of the races where, unheard of names come out of the woodwork and contend for a win. There's a lot riding on the line. And here we go. Let's get you ready for the Sketty and check out our grid here for tonight. See if they'll give it to me. I play to win the game. Follow me this minute as well. Thank you so much. Seems like my SDK is having a little bit of issue. Not sure what's going on here with that. Are you serious? Wow. Trying to fix a little bit of an issue on my end. For some reason, my SDK is not cooperating. We will get you the start regardless of what happens here. Oh, look at this. Oh, we're back at it. Oh, hell yeah. All right. Michael Walding and Josh Cole on the front row here tonight. Kenneth Coleman and Tyler Curley, row 2. Row 3 is going to be William Hitzman and Matthew Semple. Dave Gallant and Nathan Fuller, row 4. Perrin Huggins and Michael Menchaca in row 5. Brandon Smith, Andrew Allen, Justin Vandermerel, and Robert Hill Jr., row 7. Row 8, Lucas Reed, John Cutlip, Tyler Steiner, Brandon Meyer, Connor Rowe, Nick Wood, row 10. And we're going to get up front because it's time to go green flag race. And I do apologize about my SDK taking a poop. All right, so 10 laps for stage 1, and how fitting. A Davey Allison Haviland tribute car, and we are off and running. Michael Walding leads us down for lap 1 of 94 for the Allison Brothers Tribute 250. Everybody falling in line. So far, so good. Bottom line seems to be put together. Top line starting to get together. Everybody giving each other a little bit of room. Looks like Cole, cut down the inside. Cutlip, Vandermerel up on the top row. Here we go, 3 wide. Michael Menchaca in the middle. William Hitzman there, right there as well. Nate Fuller trying to push up. He's going to go up to the top row. Curley as well in the 42. But Josh Cole going to lead lap 1. Everybody minding their P's and Q's so far. That's what you'd like to see. Let's take a look. That sweet aerial shot. Josh Cole, Michael Walden, Kenneth Gallman, William Hitzman, and Dave Gallant. Or Gallant, your top 5 are Tyler Curley, Justin Vandermerel, Andrew Allen, John Cutlip, and Nathan Fuller rounding out your top 10. But that's changing by the second, as you can see, from about 6th on back is 3 wide racing. Sweet Sassy Molassie. Again, you do get 1 fast repair. But why would you want to use it now? 3 wide racing. A lot of new talent in here. Want to give a big shout out to Brandon Smith. Right there in the 56 car. Just had a baby a couple weeks ago. So here's Cup Series wants to congratulate you on the birth of your child. Maybe get it a Happy Meal. Only if you can afford it. Josh Cole is still your leader. Oh, you want to see where your boy Steiner's at? There he is in the 44 Elite Towing Ford Mustang. Riding alongside Perrin Huggins, battling for 14th and 15th with Michael Menchaca, Casey Hatch. Looks like Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. and Matthew Semple hanging around there as well. Sean Anderson. Mr. Anderson on the outside there. Trying to go above and around. Looks like Nick Wood. Now the Mobile One machines are side by side with John Cutlip. Looks like he's got a Benton front end already. But we are rolling. See a second pack there on their way back. This is a sprint. 10 laps. Josh Cole, Michael Walden, Kenneth Gallman out there just cruising in the top 3. There you go on the Tower of Power. top 20, see where your favorite driver is. 39 drivers tonight have taken the field. And it is good racing. Again, a lot of these drivers very skilled. And I think even more so when it comes to super speedway racing, I think that's essential. Kurt Cobain's 17 followed this minute. 92. Come on, 92. Let's get a live look on where number 92 is right now. That is Zach Lockett cruising around in 31st with Chris Thomas Jr. Oh, yeah, and it's football related. I'm a big NFL fan, so love it. Love the Titans theme there. Packer fan myself, but I appreciate the Tennessee Titans. It's only stage one. He's got a long way to go, but your new leader now in the 99 Mellow Yellow Machine, it is Casey Hatch. Justin Vandermerel and John Cutlip on the outside with Nick Wood and Perrin Huggins. You have Hatch, Menchaca, Curley. And I believe Josh Cole is there, yes. As well as Michael Walding. Side by side. Doesn't get much better than this. You see that second group, and I know a lot of those guys are veteran drivers. They want to stay out of the action. They don't want to get involved. So a lot of the names you see up here, I think a few of these cats you're going to see down the road contesting for a championship in 2024. When we get into stage two, I promise I will bring you out a loose and loud. Nate Fuller on the outside. The outside, the outer skirts. Some saying the Starfield, question mark? With Tyler Curley and Sean Anderson, they have linked up. Sean Anderson and Nate Fuller with 2 laps to go. Playoff chase contenders. Oh, and Curley! Anderson hits Curley. Sends them both to me. Whoopi Goldberg, Rosie O'Donnell, and Queen Latifah. Holy shit. Pardon my language, but let's back that up and see what happened here. I think we all seen what happened. Let's get a closer look. Looks like Sean Anderson is between Anderson and Curly. Looks like Curly is making sweet love to the wall going into one. So let's back that up. Let's begin that there. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, like he's already very close to the wall, riding the bumper of Fuller. Yep, he makes contact with the wall. We're going to stop it right there. And then I think he comes down. Yeah, he comes down. And he just didn't have enough room. So he takes Vandermerel. He takes Nick Wood. Huggins stays alive. Cutlip keeps it together. Let's stop right there. Because it's already getting buck wild as you see Nick Wood just praying to the Lord right there. Gets up, takes down. Looks like Brandon Myers involved in that. 75 car. Looks like that's Dave Gallant. Yeah, we got a ton of cars involved in this, and that is unfortunate. We'll play it in real time, and then we're going to get back out to the field because I'm sure they're getting their pits on. Getting their pitting on. Yeah, that happened so fast. He just scraped the wall, come down, and just... Again, that's why the second group stays as far as back as they do. As you see, those guys had enough time to slow down, back down, get out of the throttle. Oh, but you see some action on the back end of that I missed. Jeremy Beal. Jeremy Beal ate that pretty freaking hard. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see. I gotta see this. Oh, what a machine too. Hopefully he can get that worked on and get back out there ASAP. But let's see what happened here. So he sees it. DeWalt's behind him. Oh, avoids. Oh, and Tyler Steiner just cannot catch a damn break. Like he just never can, and that's unfortunate. Breaks my heart. We're going to go back out caution side. That is going to be stage 1, I believe. Yeah, so Nate Fuller, I believe, wins stage 1. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. At this point, I was more concerned about the crash. Yeah, 92 did get out of it safe. Wow, looks like we got Jazz 134. It's J-Box 23 and XZid 11X with some follows, bringing the crew up to 241. Holy shit, guys. Wow. Wow. That's amazing. Let's see if I can get some in-race reporting while we're waiting to go back around, see if our Discord's going to work for us tonight or not. I'm hopeful that it might. Let's see. Mike DeWalt, can you give me a check, please? Yeah, for some reason, I cannot interview people to save my life with the Discord app. So that is awesome. But let's re-rack and get back to action. Nate Fuller, Perrin Huggins, row 1. Michael Machaca, William Hitzman, row 2. Matthew Semple, Andrew Allen, row 3. Connor Rowe and John Howard, row 4. Matt Albert and Chris Thomas Jr., row 5. Ethan Burrell and Jonathan Stevens, row 6. Kenneth Gallman and Zach Lockett, row 7. Jimmy Emos and Michael Walding, row 8. Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. and Tyler Curley, row 9. And Dave Gallant and John Cutlip, row 10 for your top 20. Going blimp side for this restart again. Geico restart zone for this bad boy. There's a re-rack for stage 2.
Green's out. Green flag. Green flag.
And we are back to green flag racing. Lap 34 is when we will take another caution. So roughly about 22 laps. They're going to have to pit for this one, ladies and gentlemen. As long as it goes green. Oh, and it's not. Looks like Matt Albert got taken into cleaners.
Yellow, yellow,
and
yellow.
we have another yellow flag, and that is unfortunate. I say that a lot, but it's Talladega, and it's bound to happen. So let's see what happened to Matt Albert here. Let's see this restart. Looks like everything was going good. Kind of got down in the middle lane. Got a little close, but he's all right there. He's still okay. But Stevens, yeah, I think just Albert was changing too many lanes. Took Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. with him and Josh Cole. Looks like everybody else was able to walk away. Unfortunate for the 61 team. Tied their new sponsor for the rest of the way. Man born of Canadian origin. That is unfortunate, but Perrin Huggins is going to be your new upfront leader. Out of this field, and maybe the lobby, if the chat, if you're out there, take a wild guess. Who has the highest I rating in this field? If you guess correctly, I might send you a little prize. But if you're a driver, I want you cheating. Can we get an interview with the 92? I don't think the 92's in the lobby to grab. Yeah, there's only so many people in there's certain race chats. I only have access to about a handful. But next season we're looking forward to that. 92 Zach Lockett. He does not. 92 Zach Lockett only has an I rating of 1400, which is still not bad. But 1400. 24. You know, that sounds like an attractive one because Nathan Fuller is a damn good driver, but no, he has a 2066 I rating. Well, 1400 is low for some people, but I don't know. If you only race casually every now and again, that's not too bad. I'll give you guys one more guesses if you're hanging out. Let's go 92. A lot of 92 lovers in here. I like it. First time chat, first time follow up to 244. Big Thiz 1, Poob 929, A Smith AJ Lock with a follow. Holy cow. Holy cow. 36 viewers, 245 followers. I am at half mast, ready to kick ass. Let's go. Back to my yeah, 92 does brings the love to the chat. I can't thank you guys for hanging out if you're just chilling, enjoying your weekend on your Friday evening or wherever you are in the world. I do appreciate that a lot. Connor Rowe up there in second. He is one of our biggest movers, but the biggest mover of the night so far is Colby Hogan in the 67 Toyota Camry. He has moved up 29 spots. He has started near dead last. But in that Papyrus 67 Toyota Camry. M-Hug 10, you are correct. He has the highest I rating in this league with a 6,006 I rating. And that is pretty cool. Huggins is one of my favorites. I've got a soft spot for the man. He's a good kid. He's got a great heart. Gets a little crazy, but I think we all do, especially if we're drivers and like to drive cars, go fast. M-Hug 10 with the follow. Thank you very much. By the way, moving up to 246. Again, only 2 cautions so far. I know we're 16 laps in. I think that last caution was kind of a fluke. Just a little lapse in momentary judgment. A lot of Zach Lockett fans in this room. Zach Lockett. Let's get a close-up on this young man. 92 Titans machine. New Gears Cup Series driver recently added. Lot of hype surrounding Mr. Lockett. As a re-rack, we have Nathan Fuller, Connor Rowe in row 1. Chris Thomas Jr., Zach Lockett, row 2. Tyler Curley and Michael Walding, row 3, with Jimmy Emos, Colby Hogan, row 4. Jonathan Stevens and Brandon Smith, row 5. Michael Machaca and Perrin Huggins, row 6. John Howard and Ethan Burrell, row 7. Casey Hatch and Andrew Allen, row 8. Justin Vandermorel and Mike DeWalt, row 9. And Chris Parkman and William Hitzman in row 10. I see Zid, Horseboat. I'd love to co-host one of these with you. Yeah, man, if you got any material or if you got a channel, let me take a gander. We're actually possibly looking for other broadcasters for the 2024 season. So if this sounds like something you're interested in, please inquire to me. You can add me on Discord, just like here, except without the in it. So if you want to add me on Discord, and if you're interested in broadcasting, I'm starting to get that together now for the 2024 season. Throw out my Discord here right now. Again, I'd love to see some material. Nathan Fuller, Connor Rowe going to lead us down for the restart in the Geico Restart Zone. Operation Motorsport 24, Nathan Fuller leading us down. Connor Rowe, Chris Thomas Sr. Looks like Chris Thomas is a 5-car, even though he's the 29. Black Sheep been lurking. My man wants a loose and loud segment. We're going to give that to you. See if we can get around the track once, and then we'll get into that. I just want to be sure we redeem it properly. Fuller, Thomas Jr., Curley, Rowe, and Walding, your top 5. Brandon Smith, new daddy Brandon Smith, Perrin Huggins, Colby Hogan, Michael Machaca, and Zach Lockett, rounding out your top 10. Cheers to you as well, Black Sheep. Always enjoy having you in my chat. Very, very welcome whenever I'm live. Always a pleasure to have you. Looks like we've got some playing around, and we're going to make it a lap. Good God, we made it a lap. Yeah. Loose and Loud coming up. Presented by the Gears Cup Series on Casa de la Horseboats channel. Welcome to the pain.
Yellow flag is out.
Wow, we saw that firsthand. I'm gonna have to back that up and see what happened. Jonathan Stevens looks like involved in that one, unfortunately. Let's see what happened here. Looks like Howard and Cutliff just got into it. Oh, and I think Parkman was involved in this as well. Looks like pushing on Albert. Excuse me. Oh, wow. And it seems like more people got caught up in it. Oh, man. Yeah, that definitely is going to hurt. That is disappointing to say the least. Back it up one more time. Get a blimp cam shot. See if we can get anything better than this, but about as good as it gets. Yeah. Howard and Cutliff kind of let that loose, and then more action followed. Only a few cars, though, I believe, involved in that. Nothing too crazy. Keaton Sawyers looks like is out of this race for a power outage. Yeah, we are under caution now for the third time tonight. Ethan Burrell is your new leader. But that's all right. Hey, I figured some of this would happen. You got to anticipate it for Superspeedway racing. 23 of 94 complete again. Stage 2 ends at lap 34. These guys are going to be able to go in and pit and come back out. They've already used their fast repair. Unfortunately, it may signal their night being done. Biggest mover of the night so far. I mentioned him before, but here he is again, Mike DeWalt. 28 spots. He started 31st, now up into 3rd. Peoria, Illinois native. Second in the points chase. And so vain, he has to have his last name on the car. Of course, I kid around. He's not that vain. Maybe he is. I don't freaking know. Let's take a look at the 92, see if he's safe. Gladly look into that for you. I do believe so. He's in 20th. Yeah, car relatively, yeah, it looks clean. Either they had to get a fast repair or they were just pitting. So it looks like they're going to be all right. Going to be staying in the game. I love that car. I'm not a big Titans fan per se. I'm excited because the NFL's back in town. That's a sharp-looking design. I like it a lot. If anybody cares to share, I'm a Packers fan. Don't know what you guys are. Hopefully not a Chiefs fan after last night. People trashing on the Chiefs. Honestly, it was a hard-fought win. Oh, Jets, huh? You got our leftovers. That's good. Glad we could help out the New York community. New Jersey, if we're being technical. Okay, Steelers. How do you like having a quarterback that throws with gloves on? I've never understood that. I mean, I guess I do, but, like, I don't know. If you throw any kind of ball, you want to actually feel it. He's winning a Super Bowl with a better green. Yeah. Yeah. Giants Nation. Nice, okay. Okay, Poob929, I got to ask. I just got to ask because we're hanging out. Do you think Daniel Jones is the real deal? Please let me know. DK Tennessee, follow me this minute for 247 followers. Good Lord. This is getting buck wild. Daniel Jones blows. I totally agree. I wasn't going to let that cat out of the bag yet. That's Danny Dimes to you. That's hilarious. And we got the Eagles. I love Jalen Hurts. Big Jalen Hurts fan. I think he's a hell of a baller, man. I'm glad I didn't see any Bears fans up in here tonight because I was going to rip your ass apart. Daniel Jones is elite. Write that on my gravestone. I mean, there's a lot of questions about Eli Manning when he went to the Giants. And that turned out all right, 2 Super Bowls. I mean, you did have Tiki Barber at one point and, Strahan, who does every morning and afternoon show possible. Had a good team. Broncos, don't feel sorry for me, though. Broncos country. Let's ride. That is one of the cringiest videos of all time. And I like Russell Wilson from his days for his year at Wisconsin, going to the Rose Bowl and losing his ass. But I respect him. I mean, when you're nailing what's-her-face, I guess that's all right. 22 is all over the place. I don't know what he's doing. Jonathan Stevens, I think he's a damn good driver. I don't know. Maybe tonight is just not his night. Ethan Burrell, Justin Vandermerel is going to lead us off. The Burrells, and all that rhymes with hell. Geico restart zone for the 37 Toyota Camry. And we are off. Mike DeWalt hits him in the back with a love tap to let him know he cares. Kenny Pickett over Jordan Love. You know, I wouldn't hold your breath on Kenny Pickett. You never know. Side-by-side racing as we get back at it to the task at hand. Huggins playing with fire on Vandermerel, but they're getting that outside line going. Broncos country, let's ride. 3 wide. Oh, we already have action in the back.
Yellow flag is out.
Some of these dudes just need to sit down and relax. Let's see what happened here. Looks like the 04 car is involved. Let's see what we can put. Oh, Tyler Curley, Jeremy Beal. Oh, man. Yeah, of course, I see Jonathan Stevens, and you're going to jump all over that. Okay, let's look at it from here. Oh, God. These camera angles sometimes are just not good. All right, see this in real time. Stop it here. Where are we? Good Lord. Okay, here we go. So keep your eyes on that orange car, the blue car, and then the orange and blue car to the right side of your screen. Looks like Nick Wood and Parkman get into it a little bit. Looks like the 92 checks up a little bit. 32, or no, that is the 92. Just a little bit, but then Beal, Curley, the 04, and Stevens gets involved. 67, I think, gets just a little bit from Colby Hogan, but Jimmy Emos eats the most of it with Jeremy Beal, and I know that's probably not good for Jeremy Beal's night. I told you it's 22. No, it's not the 22. I think he's texting and driving. Maybe even drinking and driving. Hey, if they're self-conscious about their driving, all for it. For having a few beers before you race at Talladega online. I mean, you're going almost 200 miles an hour, Decay. I don't know. It's hard to check up like that, you know? We will get to the end of stage 2. We're less than 10 laps away. Lap 34 is when that'll happen. But until then, we are under caution. Looks like for the 4th time tonight. All right, I'll cut him some slack for that. Thank you. Jabo0011 followed me 4 minutes ago to make it up to 248. Wow, I never thought tonight I'd get 10 new followers, roughly. Warms my heart. No brake lights, gotta be tough, yeah. But one more and the gloves are off. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ethan Burrell, Mike DeWalt, Justin Vandermerel, Connor Rowe, Perrin Huggins, your top 5. John Cutlip, John Howard, Michael Walding, Matt Albert, and Andrew Allen rounding out your top 10. Again, the creeper. I call him a creeper in a good way around here. Cody Johnson, they're right there in 11th in the Flow Racing. Again, one of those guys, and I'll flash it back here since we have a moment. Take a quick look at our points. You see Cody Johnson is the leader. 27 points back is DeWalt. Got Huggins in 3rd with Anderson in 4th, Albert in 5th, and Fuller in 6th. This is the final 6 for these final 5 races. You got a driver you like there? Hopefully they'll bring home the championship. Schedule as it looks. For the rest of the way, next week is going to be Road America for the Road Soda 100. It'll be live at about 7:50 Eastern Time. I see now DeWalt is a driver. He's classy. Yes, he is. Mike DeWalt is one of those guys. He works hard, man. He's just got a likability about him it's hard to match. His energy that he brings to the table each week. You know, I've got the chance to work with him directly in this league, doing the admin ownership stuff, getting things under control, getting it ready to go for the season. He's just well organized. He's well rehearsed. He comes with something to bring something to the table week in and week out, and he is definitely an asset to the Gears Cup Series. As we get re-racked again, Ethan Burrell and Mike DeWalt are going to start us off. Justin Vandermerel and Connor Rowe is going to be row 2. Perrin Huggins and John Cutlip, row 3. Michael Walding and John Howard, row 4. Andrew Allen and Matt Albert, row 5. Robert Hill Jr. and Cody Johnson, row 6. Nick Wood and William Hitzman, row 7. Chris Parkman and Nathan Fuller, row 8. Dave Gallant and Matthew Semple, row 9. And Zach Lockett and Casey Hatch, rounding out row 10. So again, you Casey Hatch fans, you Zach Lockett fans, you Nate Fuller fans, they're still here, they're still alive, they're still kicking. Just in the back of the field. Got my homie Kyle Munson, haven't talked to him in a minute. Another one of those guys, one of my favorites here. In the Spectrum Pro Ford Mustang 40 car. I didn't say it before, he's a Wayland, Michigan native. And that is a kick-ass car for tonight's race. Looks like Josh Cole still hanging around. Brandon Meyer as well. And then if he gets dicey from here, looks like Beal is in the pits, so is Curley. The guy who haven't said their name, Floyd Stewart. Let's get back up to the front as we are getting ready for Green Flag Racing. Let's get back at it for 6 more laps and then go to caution again for the end of stage 2. I don't know about you, but that sounds like fun to me. Ethan Burrell is going to lead us off, and down he goes. That inside line got a good jump to start. Let's see if that continues. Matt Albert a little squiggly. He's got Cody Johnson all over the back bumper. Again, both Chase Series contenders. Burrell and the outside line making it work, but they're checking up, hitting the wall. Hopefully keep it together. They do. We're going to watch it from this. Oh, looks like somebody in the back. Who is that?
Yellow flag is out.
Oh, and we have a big crash. And I don't know why Tyler Steiner would try to drive through that. I saw that. Looks like Lockett made it through. We have a case of the cautions right now. This definitely needs to stop, for sure. 92 made it. Everybody, W's in the chat. 92 made it. Holy cow. Runs _2 and highest Tundra 51 to make 250 followers on the evening. Holy shit, gang. Holy shit, gang. Like, genuinely, I never thought this would ever happen. So, W's all around. Ooh. Saltiness in the general chat in the Discord. Yikes. I got 2 units on number 22. Oh, man. Give the guy a break. I like Jonathan Stevens. Come on, be nice. Coffin, please. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, man. Perrin's got this win. He says, yeah, you know, Perrin, if you know Perrin like I know Perrin, this guy is going to be ready to roll. Cars are coming down pit lane. Looks like they're going to have to pit. Now I'm going to try to fix my Discord to see if I can get it to work. For Pete's sake, it would be amazing if I can get that to work. And then I can interview people. Oh my gosh, it just gave me it. Let's see if it works. Trying to get my stuff to work. Would like to have some post-race interviews. Interviews in general would be great. John Howard looks like he's going to be the leader. Y92. New up-and-comer, jump on the bandwagon before it gets too crowded. You're damn right. Prod by Super just followed. Holy cow. 251. Where are y'all coming from? You guys all got to be coming from somewhere. I don't know what's going on, but I genuinely appreciate the love and the support. I love to broadcast. I do it once a week. Got a family. Like to hang out with them in the off time. But I can't thank you all enough for hanging out and supporting the channel. Even just coming to lurk. I appreciate it a lot. Looks like John Howard and Mike DeWalt are going to be row 1. With Matt Albert and Connor row 2. Perrin Huggins, Cody Johnson, row 3 with Robert Hill Jr., Dave Gallant, row 4. Chris Parkman and Kenneth Gallman, row 5. Lucas Reed and Chris Thomas Jr. in row 6. Brandon Meyer and Ethan Burrell, row 7. Justin Vandermeer, John Cutlip, row 8. Sean Anderson and Casey Hatch, row 9. And Zach Lockett and Nathan Fuller in row 10. Well, I went on Twitch, found something random, and came across to this. That's awesome. That's amazing. If you found me randomly, that is awesome. That would also explain why I've been getting in trouble with music lately. I digress. I really hope that wasn't the stage, and I'm just not saying. Do I play Town of Salem too? I don't even know what that is. You want to tell me what it is? I would love to know. I've been playing Starfield. That's been pretty fun. New Madden is probably just as frustrating as it ever is. And iRacing's all fun. It's like a social deduction type of game like Mafia. Oh, okay. I get down with that. I played Mafia a lot back in the day. That dates me at all. John Howard in the Papyrus 78. Chevrolet Camaro going to lead us down to the Geico restart zone to get us back to dry humping a doorknob. I mean, racing at Talladega Superspeedway. Look at all the infield grass marks already. We're not even halfway.
Green, green, green.
I'm halfway. John Howard's halfway. We're gone. Howard, DeWalt, Rowan, Albert, and Huggins. Good top five. Cody Johnson hanging right there as well. I think if Johnson and Huggins, if the eights hook up, this could be trouble for everybody else. Two of the best drivers in our series connected. And we already have a spin in the back, but we're not calling that shit. We're going. Getting a little dicey, but all playing nicely. Perrin Huggins and Cody Johnson out front, as I said that they would be if they connected, and not like the human centipede. Oh, 78 goes for a ride. 75, excuse me, Dave Gallant. And they're going to let it ride. Good call. Huggins, Johnson, Junior Hill, excuse me, Hill Jr., Chris Parkman, Matt Albert, your top five. I do believe this is for the stage, so I'm sorry. We're going to have another caution, I bet. Because it's pretty damn dicey. See Zach Lockett in that Titans machine battling with John Howard. Looks like for 10th. Perrin Huggins. A guy who has won a shit ton of stages. If this is going to be the stage, how fitting it would be. Perrin Huggins, Stage 2 winner of the Allison Brothers Tribute 250. Perrin Huggins winning Stage 2. Gives a shout out to Kermit the Frog. Said it was the only thing that understood him growing up. Kermit the Frog. You talk to him, he doesn't talk back. I don't know. I'm just making shit up at this point. But Perrin Huggins wins Stage 2. With Cody Johnson, Matt Albert, Robert Hill Jr., and Mike DeWalt. Perrin Huggins, Cody Johnson, Matt Albert, and Mike DeWalt. All chase contenders, all four of those guys. Sean Anderson was in 8th, and I do believe that's just outside the zone for bonus points, or stage points. What channel is the Brazil game on? What, rugby? Runs2 says, let's go Perrin. Again, I'm a Perrin Huggins fan myself. The football. I like the football. I'm a Manchester City fan, if that matters to anyone. Going through my glory days with that right now. That's cringe. Sorry, I don't know. I've been a fan of Manchester City since I was like 12, and I'm 37. So that tells you anything. I've been a fan a long time. Man City is an oil club. Yeah, I've been a Manchester City fan for, God, 25 years, damn near. See everybody coming down pit lane. Maybe take a shit and get a chicken sandwich and get back out there. I like Tottenham too. Tottenham. I got friends who are Liverpool fans. The order is jumping all around for me. Everybody's jumping in and out of pit lane. Look at that. Hotly contested. I bet you there'll be a couple people getting busted for speeding. That was a pretty competitive off the line. Looks like Hitzman is your leader technically for the time being. Looks like the 75 and the 42 are going to get waiver rounds. Again, if you're just joining us, I am Tom Torrey, a.k.a. The Horse Boat. And you are watching the Gears Cup Series on Twitch.tv for the Casa de la Horse Boat. Let me get right. Swansea City. Chelsea, all right. I've got a couple buddies who are big Chelsea fans. I like this. I didn't know there's a lot of soccer fans in the room. That's awesome. I'm a fan of good competitive sports. I'm also a boxing fan. I know that's a dying breed as far as that goes. I know UFC is the big thing, and I like UFC. Don't get me wrong. I dig that as well. But boxing, I don't know. It's a classic sport to me. And one of those where, kind of proves you got grit. Horse boat, the goat. It rhymes for a reason. 'Tis the season. I got to pin that. Sorry, I got to pin that. Appreciate all the love, y'all. Looks like Jonathan Stevens is in second. I know that's somebody's favorite driver in here. Again, that could all change very soon. Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. Haven't said his name much. Got a childhood cancer. Next Gen Cup Series car there. Let's fight childhood cancer, he says. I can get on board with that. I have kids of my own. Have some friends who have kids who are suffering a little bit. That does hit home for sure. William Hitzman, Jonathan Stevens, row 1. Robert Fitzpatrick Sr., Brandon Meyer, row 2. Sean Anderson and Cody Johnson, row 3, with Matt Albert and John Howard, row 4. Andrew Allens and Perrin Huggins, row 5, with Mike DeWalt and Lucas Reed, row 6. Chris Parkman and Casey Hatch, row 7, with Zach Lockett and Chris Thomas Sr. in row 8. Colby Hogan and Nathan Fuller in row 9. And rounding out the top 10 rows is Ethan Burrell and Matthew Semple. Gears is great. From Jay. From Jeremy Beal. My man. And he's out on the track chatting in the app. Neymar PK. Oh, God, he had an awful PK. Goalie saved it easily. 22 all day, Jazz says. Let's go. As we'll re-rack for the final stage. Again, 94 laps of action. And we're going to get back into the thick of it here just a moment. William Hitzman and Jonathan Stevens going to lead us down to the choo-choo train from hell in the Geico restart zone. Can I get a choo-choo in the chat for William Hitzman in the 54?
Green flag.
Firefighting and EMS Toyota Camry. Hitzman and Stevens, 1 and 2. With Meyer, Fitzpatrick, Cody Johnson, Sean Anderson, Matt Albert, John Howard, Andrew Allen, and Perrin Huggins. Looks like Gatlin Downey missed the race. That is unfortunate. Hold on, let me see what the 22 is cooking. Three wide, getting a little dicey. Lucas Reed trying to thread the needle. Hitzman hung out to dry like a nerd at the prom. That is unfortunate, but he's got some help from Parkman now. And look who it is, Brandon Meyer out front in the Red Bull machine. Haven't said his name in a hot minute. Howard moves down low with Cody Johnson and Meyer. It is getting way too dicey. As you see, oh man. Fuller was all over the back end of Connor Rowe, kept it straight. Looks like Casey Hatch now your leader. Getting a fresh push by Ethan Burrell. Justin Vandermeer right there. Michael Walding in the Haviland Chevy Camaro. To the inside goes Burrell around Casey Hatch to the inside. That momentum coming out of 4 is just so intense. John Cutlip sitting there in the 28 car in no man's land. Looks like he's going to get some help. Again at Talladega, I know y'all know, but the cream eventually rises to the top towards the end. Looks like Meyer dropped down to the bottom. He's going to sink to the back. And that top line has lost all its marbles. Single file from about 1st to about 4th and 5th. Cutlip just hanging around that middle lane as he has been for the past couple laps. Mike DeWalt now following up on his back end. Going to give him a little bump and get him going. Matt Albert there. It's Ford on the outside, trying to bring that outside line back to life. Side-by-side action. You see a group break off in the back there. I think there is a little bit of more trust. Guys finding out who they can work with. Again, next-gen cars, especially on iRacing, are so touchy. Pushing these cars could be a death sentence if you hit them wrong. Just enough. Gotta try doing that in a Gen 4 car. You'll lift the back wheels off the ground and send them to Jesus. Side by side from about 3rd on back. Cutlip to Walt, Albert, Fuller, and Stevens leading that outside line, trying to get it together. Stevens can't get it together, but trying to take his momentum to create a 3rd line. Nobody going with him. He's like Macaulay Culkin. He is home alone. Ethan Burrell now leading the group with Colby Hogan, Cody Johnson, John Cutlip, and Mike DeWalt, your top 5. I notice chat has calmed down, which means the racing is actually decent and we are back at it. Again, if you're lurking or contributing in the chat or just hanging out, thank you for supporting me and the Gears Cup Series. Burrell goes the block to the bottom, and that got dicey. Howard could have put him out to pasture. Excuse me, Colby Hogan. Hogan and Howard have identical paint schemes. It's going to be hard as hell to figure out as the night goes on. DeWalt now moved around Cutlip, leading that charge. Oh, Howard, speaking of.
Yellow flag is out.
And Jonathan Stevens and Michael Menchaca. All right, let's see what happened here. Oh, okay, Menchaca. All right, I see Menchaca already getting loose. Chopper cam. Yeah, I got to always tell myself, chopper cam is the play here. So let's see what we got. Menchaca looks like maybe could be a little netcode, or he just overreacted. That was netcode. Yeah, took Howard. Howard into Stevens. Parkman rear ends Menchaca where he has no control, putting him out. Looks like the 92 again escapes tragedy, as well as Lucas Reed and the rest of the field. That was a big time hit. Yeah, you're right. 22 needs to buy a horseshoe. Yeah, Jonathan Stevens has been with us from the beginning, right? The guy comes, he shows up to race, he does a good job, but he's like a couple other drivers in here. They just can't catch a damn break. For the life of them, they cannot catch a break. It just, bad luck seems to shadow them wherever they go. Jeremy Beal as well. Jeremy Beal's one of those guys who's a good driver. They clearly netcode between Howard and Menchaca, but enough to cause that accident. So that brought out, I think, our 6th caution of the night. 22 was the victim there that time. Oh, yeah, for sure. Jazz, he comes to work every day, works hard. That's right. Puts in the time to try and make it work. I would implore you now to grab a drink, grab a snack, beverage, whatever you got to do, and gear up, because I have a feeling we're going to go green for a while here after this caution. Again, I think if you're a driver, you're kind of sick of this shit, and you want to get it going. Looks like some guys went fuel only. Again, you can last a long time with tires, but you only got about roughly 18 to 20 laps of fuel if you do not save. Looks like the 04 car of Jimmy Emos is your leader for now. Looks like he's got a Whiskey River Toyota Camry. It's a cool looking ride. I'm going to grab a beverage myself here as we get ready to go back green flag racing. All right. I got a beverage. I hope you did too, because we got at least one more lap before we go back to green flag racing. I'm a big fan of whiskey. Maybe not straight up. I do a little the caramel whiskey. That's kind of nice. Or Jameson if I'm feeling frustrated. Which with my work schedule, it's been kind of like that lately. How about you, Decay? What do you got? What do you got? What y'all got? What are y'all drinking tonight? I'd love to know. Dude, caramel whiskey is especially here up in Wisconsin, it's awesome. I love it. But I think I get it from the 10. So Nathan Williams, who is our race control guy, he's a big fan of Old Smoky Moonshine. I think that's what it is, or that brand. I love that shit. I got a Diet Dr. Pepper. Hell yeah. Drinking a PBR for the boy. Hell yeah. My grandfather, little tidbit, little history lesson here for you. My grandfather worked for Pabst Blue Ribbon in Milwaukee. He did work for Miller as well, but he mainly worked for PBR for many, many years. I'm a class. It looks like high noons for Poob. I like that. I like that. I'm a big fan of the whiskey old fashioned sweet. Wisconsin is one of those states where old fashions are still prominent. If you're near the area, we have supper clubs all over the goddamn place. You'll be able to get yourself an old fashioned real quick. And I'm not talking about the old fashioned you might have to pay for in an alley. Back at it, Jimmy Emos and Mike DeWalt in row 1 with Cody Johnson and Matt Albert row 2. Ethan Burrell and Perrin Huggins row 3 with Colby Hogan and Nathan Fuller row 4. Connor Rowe, Chris Thomas row 5, Casey Hatch and Justin Vandermeer row 6, Michael Walding, Andrew Allen row 7, Luke Sweet, Brandon Smith, Sean Anderson, Nick Wood, and Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. rounding out your top 20. Again, big shout out to Brandon Smith in the 56. New father here. His lady let him cut away so he could go race. Props to her for that. Showtech.
Green's out. Green flag. Green flag.
Green flag racing. Jimmy Emos leads us down for his first time in the league. Happy to have him. Happy to see he's leading the race. Smokey redeemed a loose and loud segment. Sounds good to me, sir. Let's get around one time. Make sure they can make it a lap. And we'll get you that loose and loud right away. High is Tundra 51. Again, thanks for the follow if I didn't say that. Smokey redeemed a loose and loud segment, which we will get here in just a moment. As they are 3 wide, going into 3 and 4. Matt Albert to the inside of the Tide Machine. And I didn't say time, I said Tide. Trying to lead a lap, but Cody Johnson says, hell no. Here's my wiener. I'm leading that lap. Loose and loud coming at you on Twitch.tv.
Yellow flag is out.
Oh, as we see behind us, holy hell, I gotta find out what happened. I know y'all do too. Let's back it up and see what we can find. They did go for a little bit, but apparently not long enough. All right, let's see what set this up. Boom. Boom, oh, Cutlet. Burrell, Rome, Steiner. Holy shit. Oh, man. Let's get a perspective from the 92 machine. All right, stopped right here. Connor Rowe, John Cutlip, that 5 and the 28, right in that middle lane there. You already see it happening. See it pop off. Hits him. Oh, Burrell gets caught in that, unfortunately, as well. Takes Reed. Okay, Hogan is right there behind Reed. You see Parkman. You see Chris Thomas Sr. in the 5, which is supposed to be the 29. Nick Wood, Brandon Smith, and Zach Lockett. Let's see if they make it. Looks like 92 goes low. Oh, man. Oh, no. Oh, well, it looks like he might be fine. Question mark? Question mark? Question mark? Okay, let's play full speed. Let's see if he survives. Yeah, looks like he's going to be fine. All right. Minimal damage, but still alive. And everybody coming down to pit lane. Feed a little speed into their ride, if you will. 92 as the best pit crew in the chat. He'll be back. Some of the funniest shit I've had in chat in a long time. Matt Albert, gas and go. Again, looking for, in 2024, as you can see, we have nearly a full field. Looking to continue that into 2024. There's some numbers that have opened up due to inactive drivers. We have a pop-in Discord. We are looking for a few more drivers to fill that gap. If you are interested, please let me know. I'll put a link in the chat to get you involved with the Gears Cup Series. Love some of the talent that has brought itself here. Just looking to add more. Looks like Matt Albert is going to be leading us. Two-time winner this year. Back-to-back races. IRP and somewhere else, I don't know. Damn good driver. Puts himself in a good position for the chase. You got Michael Walding behind him there in the 23 car. Again, can't get over how beautiful even that modern rendition of the design of the Haviland Texaco machine. That's just a beautiful car right there. Then Andrew Allen in the 96. He runs a league called the CGRL. They're always looking for some new members as well. The newly born league. Pretty competitive. Needs members as well. Nice, beautiful Chevy Camaro Jack Daniels machine. I like that a lot. It's hot. All right, getting back to business, getting down to business, and focusing. Here we go. Matt Albert, Michael Walding, row 1 with Andrew Allen and Nate Fuller, row 2. Mike DeWalt and Cody Johnson, row 3 with Perrin Huggins and Robert Fitzpatrick Sr., row 4. Matthew Semple and Lucas Reed, row 5 with William Hitzman and Connor Rowe, row 6. Casey Hatch and John Howard, row 7 with Tyler Steiner and Jimmy Emos, row 8. Ethan Burrell and Brandon Meyer, row 9 with John Cutlip and Brandon Smith. Rounding out your top 20 and your top 10 rows. Good Lord, gentlemen. J-Box and Poob subscribed with Prime. Wow. I might actually see something from Twitch someday. That's amazing. Been on this platform for nearly 7 years. Never seen a dime. Let's go 92. 92. Let's get a spot check on 92. Looks like he is around in 23rd. But again, with a clean car, that's all you need to do to be at the end. Yeah, fast repairs have gone wild. Hey, Matt Albert leading us down to the Geico restart zone yet again. Pace car pulls off. Pulls out like a futon. Matt Albert and Michael Walding, a Ford and a Chevy. Let's get hot and heavy for the Gears Cup Series. Green. Matt Albert with a great jump. Two lines having trouble forming. Looks like might have been a little bit of a disconnect there in the field. But we are back at it. Poob says, great racing experience tonight. Here to support 92. Yeah, we got 92's cars back, ready for action. Zach Lockett has brought the fans to the table. And I'm very, very lucky to have him. Got Matt Albert, Mike DeWalt, 1 and 2. And then it's everybody else. 2 Ford Mustangs out in front. This has been an Allison Brothers Tribute to 50 to remember. Again, if you saw the graphic at the beginning of our top of our show, this is a tribute to the Allison Brothers. I did put Davey Allison on there. I know he's the son of an Allison brother. But growing up in the era where Alan Kowicki and Davey Allison and Dale Earnhardt all lived and breathed and raced, Davey Allison always was one of my favorite drivers growing up as a kid. Didn't get much cooler than the black, white, and gold Haviland machine. Back in the days of the Ford Thunderbirds. Casey Hatch on the outside line, making it work in that mellow yellow 99 machine. Ethan Burrell back up there. New red dad, Brandon Smith, making that top line go. And it looks like they have it together so far. Can Matt Albert, Mike DeWalt, Cody Johnson, and Perrin Huggins return the favor? Looks like we had somebody just nick the wall. This is about as good as it gets. For these folks here, yeah, wow. Lines are forming, things are happening. We gotta go blimp cam. I was told not to do as much blimp cam, so I've cut it back. But I think for Talladega, I think it speaks to seeing all of the cars on the track that are relevant to the point in time of near the lead. Casey Hatch out there, as you see on your ticker, he is the leader. Ethan Burrell, Brandon Smith, Tyler Steiner, and Chris Parkman, your top 5. Zach Lockett cruising around in 18th currently for the 92 fans on watch. Got 3 wide for 3 rows. "32 laps to go for the Allison Brothers Tribute 250, followed by a recruitment race shortly thereafter. We may do next gens again at Talladega. We may do Gen 4 at Talladega or at Daytona. We may, I don't know, we may do something really off the wall depending how these guys are feeling. You will have to look for my name on iRacing if you're interested in that. Please, no plate racing. Fuck this, he says. JBO, my man. I'm sorry you had bad luck tonight. Really am, because you are a great driver. Oh, Lockett almost took Cutlet for a ride. Zach Lockett has just come from 16th all the way up to 9th. And looking for more. Beal, I shit you not, if we do a super speedway, I'll have your back for that race. You and I, 1 and 2, shake and bake, baby. Shake and bake. Shake and bake, Gears is great. See, that low line just doesn't have the balls as the outside line does. They have to give each other a little bit of space, but they're all gaining draft off of Casey Hatch. Nice to see Tyler Curley work his way back up to 11th. Has 0 spatial awareness. Are we talking Connor Rowe in the Mountain Dew 5 or the technically 29 car that is the 5 car, that yellow and white of Chris Thomas Jr.? Please be specific. 28 car, watch yourself, can't be going after 92. Cutlip's a good driver. I think sometimes when people go to cut each other off, they think they're clear, but by the time they make that lane change, and again, I think they forget they're changing 2 lanes over to drop down to the bottom. You have to account for that time and distance. Mountain Dew of Connor Rowe. Connor Rowe with a 2646i rating. A-class license. Mike DeWalt has taken the lead. Fuller right behind him with Curley. The line has formed. The inside lane has finally gotten their stuff together. They're pooping a group, proverbially speaking. I got launched. I had no front end anymore. Feel we are not doing Martinsville. There's no way in hell. No way. There's no way in hell. Thank you for lolling, because I wouldn't be able to handle that shit. I would do Gen 4s at Bristol, though, because that shit's the bomb. Casey Hatch battling back with Ethan Burrell on that outside line. That mellow yellow car will not mellow out as he continues to battle back with that outside lane. That outside lane has got their stuff together. There is a lot of good drivers on that outside line. Brandon Smith to the inside in the McDonald's machine. Somebody call Ronald McDonald because Brandon Smith grabbed his shoes. He said, fuck this, I'm out of here. NASCAR Modifieds at Dega. make me question things. For sure. And if you're just joining us, the Allison Brothers Tribute 250 at Talladega for the Gears Cup Series Chase Race 6 of 10. I am Tom Torrey, a.k.a. The Horse Boat. Happy to have you along with us for the ride tonight. Shit you not, gained about 14 followers already, and that's amazing. 2 subs. It's been a great night. I truly appreciate all the love and the help and supporting the Gears Cup Series. As broadcaster, race control, admin for the Gears Cup Series, it is my honor to bring this stuff to you, to show off some of iRacing's best drivers, and I firmly believe that some of these drivers in our lobby is some of the best drivers on iRacing, period. I would like to measure up some of these guys with the pros on iRacing and see how they would stack up. A guy like Michael DeWalt, a guy like Perrin Huggins, a guy like Cody Johnson, Sean Anderson, Ethan Burrell. Ethan Burrell's a 6,001 iRating, the second highest iRating here. Gen 4 Atlanta, I am down for that. Hatch goes down to the bottom. I don't know why he would do that. Got Ethan Burrell. He is one of the best drivers in here. Did I say that already? I probably did. Hatch, Smith, and Fuller linked up on the bottom lane with Tyler Curley. That middle lane starting to form with DeWalt and Albert. John Howard can't decide which lane to choose, and Zach Lockett is coming with Connor Rowe on that third outside lane near the wall. He's got Cutlip and Semple back in there as well. And DeWalt and Albert made a slick move to take that inside lane away and lead it down the backstretch. 24 laps to go at Talladega Superspeedway, and I have a chub. I'm a little bit more crass this evening than usual. It's been a tough week. Glad we got through it and glad we are here. I've had this race circled on my calendar for a good while. Was talking to the admins and ownership about possibly doing stage 1 because it was only 10 laps. But I felt like if I was out front or won the stage 1, I wouldn't want to pull off. So I just hung up the wheel, got upstairs in my booth, know my role, and shut the hell up. 92 to the front. I see it. I see it. Making moves. Just like Brett Favre, throwing picks and texting chicks, Zach Lockett is trying to make a move to the lead. But Connor Rowe says, I am the leader for this lap at least. That Mountain Dew Code Red number 5 just led a lap. If this goes green, they're going to have to pit at least one more time. Oh, Jimmy Emos, get the hell out of the way, lap traffic. Freight train is a-coming. Ooh, Howard cut Chris Thomas Jr. off right there. Could have sent could have sent John Howard to go meet Jimmy Buffett. I don't know if that was too soon, but I just went for it. I mean, 22 laps to go, now 21. Things are going to start to get real with this front group real fast. DeWalt, Albert Hatch, and Brandon Smith, your leaders. William Hitzman there going a lap down. That is unfortunate. I was hoping for a good showing from the 54 machine tonight. But Rowe, DeWalt, Albert, Hatch, and Smith. Sounds like a law firm. Getting dicey. I know some of these drivers come out the woodwork for Superspeedway racing. Some shaking off the rust and getting back to it. But there's some of the guys here that are really trying to race for a championship. Mike DeWalt, Matt Albert, two of those guys. Got 3 wide from about 4th place on back. Zach Lockett leading that group right in the middle lane. Has Michael Menchaca on his butt. But no help being given. He is not being serviced. Connor Rowe leading the last couple laps. Parkman and Burrell, though, making that outside line. Oh! Something's gone wrong with Chris Parkman. He's either got a flat or his engine's gone. Let's see what we got on his dash. Well, it looks like he's still got power, so that's good. It looks like everybody's pitting right now. Except for Burrell, Hatch, Smith, Johnson, Huggins, and Reed. Yowza! $18 laps to go. We're getting close to the end, folks. Again, with 18 laps to go, this is about the pit window that they have. So if they pit right now like some of the guys did, drivers I should say, some of the drivers did, they're going to be right around that window. So even if there's a caution, I would imagine you're going to see everybody take a feel for a splash and go. I know we have, I think, 3 green-white checker opportunities. If that happens, but it looks like everybody else is pitting now. Hopefully they'll get down and away safely. Cody Johnson is going to lead a lap or 2. Perrin Huggins there as well with Lucas Reed. 3 Chevrolets, 1, 2, and 3, your leaders. I always like to see green flag pit stops. Going through the pit cycle is important. And it shows people, it shows drivers to have strategy. If they've got a thought process in mind. Or if they have a crew chief. I know some of these guys have crew chiefs that help calculate where they are. I believe these guys are going to come in this time by. Not going to say I called that because I was just coming out of the corner, but I meant to say this time by. I would imagine you've gone 2 laps past the leaders. That's going to be a thing. See them go down pit lane. See where Matt Albert is. He would assume the lead. Again, this is a perfect play for the 4 of these guys right here and the rest of this group. Looks like Johnson, Huggins, and Reed are all back on track, but they just got out of pit lane. So they're going to be in turn 1 and 2, as you can see them right there in this shot. But they're going to be together, so they're going to have a good chance at possibly catching maybe not this group, but the group behind them. This time by will be 15 laps to go. Matt Albert is your leader, with Mike DeWalt, Nate Fuller, Tyler Curley, and Cody Johnson your top 5. Perrin Huggins, Lucas Reed, Chris Thomas Jr., Casey Hatch, and Connor Rowe rounding out your top 10, with Ethan Burrell right there. And it looks like Johnson, Huggins, and Reed are going to be able to withstand this group and hang right with them. Going to the outside is Johnson and company. Albert with the block. Oh, baby! We've got an accident.
Yellow flag is out.
Woo! Let's back this up. I had a feeling. I had a feeling it might happen just because of the run that Johnson got. Then Albert throws the block. Let's see what we got. Play at full speed here, and then we'll bring it back. Yeah, good run out of 4. Pushes Albert, but then Johnson just got too much juice. It looks like DeWalt was able to save his ride. Let's back it up one more time so you guys can see that. Not as bad as probably initially predicted. All right, let's get back to it. There we go. And it looks like DeWalt gave Albert a good bump, which I think pushed him a little bit towards the outside. I don't know if that was meant to be a block or not. Might have to gather his opinion here post-race. But he just hits him wrong in the back end, and it directs him left, which DeWalt and Johnson connect, and Fuller kind of just completes the trifecta there. Unfortunate for those drivers because that probably puts them back a good way. But this is good news for Matt Albert. But again, it's good and bad news. So the guys or drivers that pitted on lap or with 18 to go, they're in that window. So they may have enough, they may not have enough. If you were leading the race, you definitely probably don't have enough. And I'm assuming Matt Albert may not have enough to make it to the end. I could be completely wrong. I don't think I am. But it is a possibility. You see other drivers going into pit now. They should be able to make it on fuel the rest of the way. I'm still flabbergasted. 251 followers tonight. As a total. 2 subscribers. That's so awesome that if I get a check from Twitch, let's go right back into the Gears Cup Series. It helps pay for recruitment races. SDK. Trading Paints Pro. Again, shout out Jeremy Beal for Trading Paints Pro. Militia says, yeah. Goddamn right, yeah. Hopefully you're doing all right. Big shout out to Militia43 in the chat. His dad's going through some stuff right now. Not going to get too deep into it, but thoughts and prayers are with him. And appreciate you, my man. Matt Albert, Perrin Huggins, Lucas Reed, Tyler Curley, and Nathan Fuller. Fuller was able to survive, stay on it. Yeah, Militia, I know how bad you wanted to race, but, you know, I get it, man. Family is way more important. Way more important. We're going to have one more time around, I believe, before we go back to green flag racing. And Militia, if you're just joining us, Matt Albert, I don't know if he's got enough fuel. Maybe you can tell me. If he doesn't, nope, I don't see you in the chat, so I'm not gonna focus on that. But yeah, it looks like we're going to get the one to go signal here shortly and get back at it. It's going to be close. Gonna be a close one. Again, recruitment race to follow this race. Not sure what it's going to be yet. Hopefully, Militia, if you're back at your casa in time, we'd love to have you. But let's re-rack here. Let me get focused. We don't have many laps left. I don't know why the hell I paused it, but we did. 11 to go here as we go green flag racing. Matt Albert and Perrin Huggins is going to be row 1 with Lucas Reed and Tyler Curley row 2. Connor Rowe and Nathan Fuller row 3. John Howard and Brandon Smith row 4. Zach Lockett in the 92 machine and Michael Walding row 5. Casey Hatch and Ethan Burrell row 6. Robert Hill Jr. and John Cutlip row 7. Matthew Semple and Brandon Meyer row 8. And rounding out your top 10 rows is Justin Vandermerel and Kyle Munson. Again, getting real close to the conclusion of this one. 11 to go once we get to green flag racing. Had a long green flag run. That was great. Just unfortunate circumstances near the front. Going to make it a lot harder for Mike DeWalt to get a top 10. But it is Talladega. Anything can happen. Geico restart zone for my man Matt Albert and Perrin Huggins. As I hope this is the final restart to the conclusion of the Allison Brothers Tribute 250 for the Gears Cup Series. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm not on shrooms, but we are green flag racing. Albert tried to go up to block, but Huggins was already to the bottom lane. Perrin Huggins is kind of what I would mirror or relate to as the Intimidator. He is a guy that will push you to the edge of your seat, push your car to the edge of its limits. He knows how to drive, ladies and gentlemen. Matt Albert getting taken to the cleaners in his Tide machine, hung out to dry in the middle. 10 to go. Next time by Perrin Huggins is your leader. I have a feeling we may see one more caution before this is over. I hope not. But we're 4 wide through the tri-oval. Lockett, Burrell, Albert, Curley. Somebody kissing the wall. Going into 1. 4 wide again. Oh, mama. Zach Lockett. No. Can he keep it together? They're riding and bang. Oh, and he goes to the bottom.
Yellow flag is out.
Oh, Jesus. Everybody kept it straight. Everybody kept it straight. I don't think anybody crashed, but they called a caution anyway. I got to see that again. Let's focus on Zach Lockett. I don't think his fault from the beginning. Wrong place, the wrong time as they get out of turn 2. You see the 23 get a little wiggly. And then Lockett and 23, Walding get at each other. Brandon Meyer as well. And then there goes Walding. But they all save it. They all save it. So again, your favorite drivers are still there, they're still available, and they're still ready to rock. Let's see if they're going to pit. 92, got a lot of fans out here tonight. Yeah, Jeremy, they do. They do. Looks like Zach is in the pits currently. He's still on the lead lap as of right now. Probably needs a little work done. Brad Keselowski won this race. I think a lot of us won this race tonight. Regardless if that should have been a caution or not, I'll argue with the race control later. I don't know. Chat, do you guys think that should have been a caution? Hit me up with a yes or no in the chat if you can. Adria. Yes. F plate racing. All right, Jingle My Bell says yes. We got one yes. Had to give my race control guy a hard time. He said sideways across traffic. I'll give it to him. J-Lock says no caution. I'm in that corner as well. That will be discussed, I'm sure, in our next meeting. No caution from our rules. That is from Jonathan Militia, admin. It was on the back stretch and I mean, it was sideways across a couple cars, but it was near the back of the field. You could argue yes and no. But oh well. That's what I'm saying. Let those jokers race it out. I am with Black Sheep 100%. Whenever Black Sheep messages in on the chat, I'm usually like 100% on board with whatever they write. They did get a sandwich of 3, Militia. They did lose momentum a little bit and then shot across the track. But I thought they were clear of traffic enough. But you know what? It's not my call. That's why I'm in the booth and not in the box for race control. Let's re-rack for the final time. I'm calling it for the final time. Perrin Huggins and Lucas Reed's going to be in row 1 with Brandon Smith and Nate Fuller, row 2. Ethan Burrell and Connor Rowe, row 3. Matt Albert and John Cutlip, row 4. John Howard and Tyler Curley, row 5, with Robert Hill Jr. and Casey Hatch, row 6. Matthew Semple and Mike DeWalt, row 7, with Justin Vandermeer and Tyler Steiner, row 8. Michael Walding and Andrew Allen in row 9. And Josh Cole and Chris Thomas Jr. rounding out row 10. Yes, we will roast Nate later. Love it. Tyler, don't focus on your driving right now. Mikey D, a.k.a. Clay Thompson. Yeah, a lot of people says he looks like Clay Thompson. That's weird. I don't see it. A.k.a. Slick Daddy. Let me fact check something here about Lucas Reed. Lucas Reed won the duels at Daytona this season. That his claim to fame was the duels.
Green's out. Green flag. Green flag.
Can he make it a win here for the Allison Brothers Tribute 250? Perrin Huggins says not if he has anything to do with it. We have 6 laps to go. Big sexy Mike DeWalt. John Wilkes Booth didn't do it. At least that's what his friends say. Perrin Huggins and Brandon Smith, 1 and 2, inside, outside. Welcome to the Menage a Trois of pain up front. I think, Tyler, I'm with you now. Definitely maybe some cautions. The man who's got the least amount of sleep probably than everybody else, Brandon Smith, out near the front with Matt Albert. Matt Albert, now the employed Matt Albert. Big shout out to Big Sexy Matt Albert. Tell him I said that. This is getting crazy. Yeah. Holy hell. Mike DeWalt to the bottom there. Getting up alongside Tyler Curley, John Cutlip, and Matt Albert. 5 laps to go for the Allison Brothers Tribute 250. Chase race 6 of 10 for the Gears Cup Series. If you're not moist, you should be now, as we're getting down to the nitty-gritty kitty. Ethan Burrell and Casey Hatch with Connor Rowe on that outside line making it work. But Perrin Huggins down but never out into the inside line, but he's only got Matt Albert to help him. That middle line is forming as well. Hell is about to break loose. Militia bricked up with this 3 wide. Couldn't agree more. We got a huge crash. And that's definitely going to end some guys' night. Looks like DeWalt's involved. I knew the big one was going to come. And it just did. Oh, looks like Burrell went to shoot to the inside. That was already the case right away. So let's back it up just a little bit. Where the hell are my manners? So it looks like Albert goes up to block. Yeah, and Ethan Burrell just drives right into him. Huggins gets down low. Looks like he's able to keep it together for the moment. Hatch gets involved. Van Burrell, somebody blinked out. But look at all those Gears Cup Series playoff drivers. Johnson, DeWalt, Albert involved. Perrin Huggins involved. And it looks like, oh, Sean Anderson and Connor Rowe went for a little walk together. Wow. Well, with Steiner's right, Steiner's right. We're going to have a green-white checkers here to finish her off. Ethan Burrell is your leader. M-Hug, too impatient. Yeah, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. How about Alex Bowman? How about him? How about him? I'm a big fan of Burrell as well. Burrell winning his first race for the Dundee's 250 at Pocono. And then 2 weeks later, did it again at Boot Barn for the Legacy Texas Motor Speedway. And then one more time at Iowa Speedway for the Red Seal 200. So he is a 3-time winner. Could it happen again? Win number 4. Again, a guy that I'm very excited about for 2024. Matt choking noises Albert. I like that one. That's a good one. Matt Block Daddy Albert. Now, not sure who's going to pull this off. Tyler Curley's here at the end. Connor Rowe, Chris Thomas Jr., which should be the 29, who's the 5 car. Matt Logano. Matt Logano, I love it. I love that. I'm gonna call him that after this race is over. I will tell you next week the result of that. again, a green-white checkers will be had here, and then post-race, I'm going to figure out a way to get these goddamn interviews to go off. Because Discord sucks. Joining me now for the final moments of this race, two gentlemen that are damn good race car drivers but are in the booth with me, unfortunately. Number 18 car, Justin Vandermerel, and the 28 driver, Jonathan Cutlip. Thank you two for joining me. Happy to have you along for the final moments. Sorry that you couldn't have ended the race with a good post-race show, but how are you guys doing?
We're doing all right. Unfortunately, things didn't pan out.
Yeah, doing okay. The race was a blast when you're in the driver's seat, so we thought I would come up here and watch possibly the craziest moments with you call the whole thing. So,
yeah, no, happy to have you guys along with us. Let's enjoy these final few laps that we have for the Allison Brothers Tribute 250. Next week's going to be the Road Soda 100 at Road America. Hopefully, y'all will be around for the ride next week, as we are getting close to the end. The end of the road here for the 2023 season. Ethan Burrell and Perrin Huggins to lead us off for the green-white checkers. I'm hanging out with Justin Van Burrell and Jonathan Cutlip from the Gears Cup Series as we're closing out the Allison Brothers Tribute 250. Go ahead.
It's going to be a good finish you guys got for this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. We've had tons of viewers tonight. Great field for the 92 car. A lot of big fans of Zach Lockett. Looks like riding around at 20th. Still got a shot. Anybody, if you got a decent car that still is at full power, you have a chance here.
It's going to be a good finish.
Ethan Burrell to lead us down the Geico restart zone for the final time of the Allison Brothers Tribute 250. Let's get some, as Darrell Walter would say, boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing.
top lane certainly did not take off there as they had hoped, I'm sure.
Oh, that was a definitely misshift or some shit. I don't know.
Bottom stacked up 3 times.
The only problem I see here is with Chris Thomas Jr. I think he's the weakest link right now.
Yellow flag is
Oh, we got a big wreck in the back. Hatch, Fuller. Oh, and Zach Lockett. Zach Lockett fans are going to be pissed. Let's back it up here just a second. Find out what transpired here.
Ooh, 4 wide. Oh, just gets turned.
See what we got. Oh, yeah, Hatch. And who turns him? Mike DeWalt. Let's see what happened here. Looks like 4 wide. Everybody's just praying to hang on. Yeah, looks like that is unfortunate.
Not really much anyone can do there. It's just
Oof.
situation at this point.
Ooh, let's see what happened with Zach Lockett. Let's ride on board with his cam. Kind of give you a finale of how his night has gone. Just getting up speed. He sees crash in front of him. Really nowhere to go, and he and Fuller met nose to nose. That is unfortunate for Lockett. Escaped a lot of tragedy tonight, but couldn't escape that
One of those guys that was just avoiding the mess and just staying up there. It's unfortunate to see him involved in that.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's painful, especially with this green-white checkers. Like, you know, there's not much time. You know, you have to make moves, but when is like, how do you time it right? I mean, Cutlip, I mean, your perspective. You're one of the great drivers of this league. Justin, to chime in on this as well. When you're leaving, or position-wise, when you're coming down to the white flag, what is your ideal position, and which lane do you like to be in as you cross that start-finish line?
generally speaking, at least from I've not done the oval stuff a long time, but from the plate racing I've done the last couple of years, the top seems to be really the stronger lane, as you can get a better side draft on somebody.
Okay.
So if you're coming off of 4 with 2 guys, just you and another guy, you want to try and get to his outside and kind of pull him back with the arrow. If you can manage to do that, then you'll be in a really good spot. But if they kind of keep their line, force you there, you might have to wreck them coming across the line, which I'm sure nobody wants to do either.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, no. How about you, Cutler?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's pretty spot on. It's just you pretty much have to work your way into whichever lane is surging and just hope that it keeps surging forward, because a lot of the time you'll just jump into a lane that's moving forward and then stack ups happen and then you're going backwards. So it's just a lot of it is just putting yourself in the best spot that you think you can, and it's just some of it's luck and just some of it's just, you know, putting yourself in a good spot.
Honestly, I'm going to chime in, even though I don't race as much as you guys do. I like to be in like 4th or 5th, man. Coming across that final, I like to let the guys that are up in front of me kind of, especially if there's some distance between the two, groups. If I've got a good group, I kind of want to hang back until 3? Get that momentum coming out of 3 and 4, you know, whip around that high side around 4 and hit that tri-oval just right.
It all depends on a lot of things. If you're 3 wide, it's kind of hard to make a move because you just have to push the guy in front of you, and if it's too wide, you know, dead even, you have to hope you're on the outside pushing or maybe even leading, and the guy behind you is dedicated to pushing you, but it's
sure. It's a
there's
shitty
so many
situation
variables.
when you're behind somebody and it's the last lap and you want to win, obviously, but sometimes you just don't get that choice.
Yeah, for sure. It's just there's so many variables that you're always just trying to calculate and put yourself in the best spot, and even then, sometimes it doesn't even work out.
Absolutely.
You can see that theory kind of go into play a few times where myself, Ethan Burrell, John, Casey Hatch, we all try to get to the wall and we just run that top lane because we feel like it's the fastest. And even if it's 3-4 wide, you can still pull drivers back that way. When you saw Matt Albert kind of throw that god-awful block on the 37 to cause that last wreck, we had a massive run, and that wreck was going to happen either way if Ethan pushed him or if he tried to block. So
Sure.
What I'm expecting here now that they're lining up 2x2 to come back to the green flag, I'm going to kind of put money on the 37 here of Ethan and watch him push Perrin out to maybe not a decent lead, but enough to clear the 42 and hopefully try to set himself up to get to the outside off of 4 on the last lap like we spoke about.
Right on.
Yeah.
Looks like we have another person in this lobby, Jeremy Beal, 47. Jeremy, thank you for joining the program and hanging out on the casting couch.
What's going on, everyone?
What's going on? You are live. You're hanging out with us. Glad to have you. I'm glad to have a party in my booth here.
Yeah, this is awesome, man.
Tyler Curley and Perrin Huggins in row 1 as we reset. Chris Thomas Jr. and Ethan Burrell, row 2. Andrew Allen and John Howard, row 3. Connor Rowe and Kyle Munson, row 4. Brandon Smith and Matthew Semple, row 5. Michael Walding and William Hitzman, row 6. Robert Hill Jr. and Nick I've Got Such Strange Wood, row 7. Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. and Mike DeWalt, row 8. Row 9 is Tyler Steiner and Josh Cole, and rounding out the row 10, Cody Johnson and Nathan Fuller. Again, Nick Wood, that is no harsh jab, it's comedic at best.
Someone to watch in the restart as well as the 5 car. Well, I guess the 29, but
Quote
if
unquote.
they can get a good restart and stay
Yeah.
side by side with the 8 and 37, they can actually pull them back and get momentum up off the top side from turn 2 and see how that develops.
Well, let's hope this grid actually gets close to grid up to start. Let's hope for that first. But Perrin Huggins and Tyler Curley coming down to the Geico restart zone for, I'm hoping, it's going to be the final time. Green, white checkers. That's what you're going to get if we stay green this entire time. Huggins.
Green flag, green flag.
Decent jump off and away. Curley and Thomas Jr. on the outside. I don't know. I don't understand why they were so spread out there between the first 3
42
rows.
Side draft here.
Side draft indeed.
That's good. 5. Oh, this is going to be very hard to get a run on the top leaders now.
Oh, yeah. Looks like Howard trying to lay a block on Munson. Munson not having any of it.
42's making a move.
Is it too soon? Oh, Huggins throws the block. 3 wide, and Huggins looks like he might get hung out to dry.
But it opens the door for the 37 on the bottom. I don't necessarily know if he wants to be leading coming on around to take the white flag here.
Can they take the white flag without crashing? That is the hope, as they're 3 wide. A million abreast.
Oh, bro.
3 wide across for the final lap. We have made it. And we already have crashing.
Turn 1.
Screw him. Let's keep going. Chris Thomas Sr., Jr., your leader. Kyle Munson, Robert Hill, Perrin Huggins, Mike DeWalt, question mark? Andrew Allen, Brandon Smith, Michael Walding, William Hitzman, Ethan Burrell.
05 car is in the best spot right now.
He is.
Got help from Michael.
Oh, Thomas Jr. Getting sent out to pasture. We have a massive wreck. Down to Kyle Munson and Robert Hill Jr.
There we go. Robert Hill off of 4 was in the perfect spot, just like we
Robert Hill wins the the Allison Brothers Tribute 250. William Hitzman in second, Kyle Munson in third, Michael Walding in fourth, and Tyler Curley in fifth. But your winner from my hometown, Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, Robert Hill Jr.
He did everything right for that last 2 laps. That was perfect.
Yeah, that was perfect driving.
If I'm not mistaken, that's his first start in Gears Cup Series action as well. So he's now 1 for 1. We have another ringer coming in here trying to show everybody up, which is fun.
Let's keep in mind it is a plate race and it is an equal playing field for everyone.
It is. It is. Robert Hill's going to get down with his bad self right now.
As with the 3 of us, Jeremy, to finish first you must finish the race.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of truth to that statement, sir.
Hill going to take a few moments and put on a show for the fans as he has won the Allison Brothers Tribute 250 for the Gears Cup Series Chase Race 6 out of 10. We'll be right back in just a moment with the post-race show and driver interviews. All right, we are back with the Gears Cup Series post-race show. I've got a couple drivers in here for tonight for the conclusion of the festivities that were taking place. Big shout-out to Jonathan Cutlip, Justin Vanderburel, and Jeremy Beal for joining me in the booth for the end of the race. Thank you all for coming and hanging out with me towards the end. Let's see what we got here. You guys can be more than welcome to stay and hang out. Let's pull in. I'm going to pull in one more guy here. Let's see what we got. Thank you, Tyler. Give me just 1 minute. We'll get you in for a quick interview. I'm going to grab. No, you're good. You're good. Oh, geez. And everybody's playing audio clips as I'm trying to pull them into the broadcast booth. Too bad you guys can't hear that stuff live, but it was mildly entertaining. All right, let's start off with Nathan Fuller. Fuller, you got a copy?
I'm here.
Thank you for joining us. I know probably not the conclusion or night you were looking to have. What was going through your mind the last few laps there?
Pray that people can actually not slam into each other. That's really all it is.
Yeah.
You get a black flag because other people don't know how to hold their brakes or, not turn into other people. And then you lose your 6th place because they don't know how to drive. It's ridiculous.
Well, in last lap, racing fiasco. It's Talladega. I think that's to be expected to a certain degree. I'm sorry that you had a rough night there, but hopefully it'll be better for you. You're still in the chase, so nothing lost here yet. But I know it's going to set you back a little ways.
Yeah, I think fair bet I'm probably not even having a chance to come back now. But it is what it is. People can't race. We deal with it. We move on.
Sounds good. Thank you, Nate, for joining us. We'll get him back to where he needs to go. Looks like next up, wow, we got a full lobby in here tonight. We got a ton in here. Let's just make it an open forum for Christ's sake. All right. All right. Again, a couple great finishes. Some of the career best here. Let's see who we got in this lobby. We got all right. Sweet man. This is a record for as many people in the broadcast voice booth here tonight. Let's just start popping off. Robert Fitzpatrick in the 48 car. Your best finish here at Talladega here, 7th place to finish out your night. Robert.
Yes.
Beating childhood cancer car. Had a great car all night. Describe it in about 30 seconds or less. Your evening.
I ended up 5th because of some penalties. Just lucky. Did a lot like the other guys. Just hung in the back and hoped for the best and waited for the big one.
Yeah.
But it's fun as hell racing with these guys.
Well, I'm glad that you're here, Robert. We do appreciate having you here. You're consistent every week, man. You show up, you run your race, and you finish. That is the most important thing. That's what kept you alive and into the chase. Robert, best wishes to you for the rest of the way, and see you in 2024.
All right, thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Robert. I'll see you in the recruitment race in about 15, 20 minutes. Next up, I got here looks like Chris Thomas Jr. Let's see if he's got his mic. Yeah, he did unmute it. Hi, Chris. Looks like you were the number 5 for the race, even though you're supposed to be the 29. But we deciphered that. Chris.
Yeah, that's the trading paints. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. I know not the evening that you wanted to finish in 15th, coming home, but you were up near the front till the end. What kind of happened to you?
Just a bad push going wrong going down the back straightaway. I guess the 8 and the I think it was the 40.
Okay.
Was pushing really hard right there. Got to my back bumper and he just turned left and dipped a little bit below me and turned me going into turn 3 there and ended it there. But it's just part of racing at these super speedways. That's what we're gonna run into.
Yeah.
I was glad to have the Chevrolet Camaro up there tonight, running up front there towards the end. So great night. Other than that, one incident I think we were involved in, that big wreck in the middle. But other than that, good night.
Right on. Well, Chris, glad to have you, man. Hope you're going to be around here in the next couple of weeks. I know Road America is a tough track for a lot of people, but you put on a hell of a show tonight, and congratulations on a 15th place finish.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Moving down the list, as I got a lot to get through in a short amount of time, William Hitzman in the 54 with his best career finish of 2nd place. William, you got your fire and EMS car, Toyota Camry, near the front. I know at one point you were leading the race for a little bit. About 30 seconds or less. Describe how your night went.
Just survive, honestly. Try to get as many laps under my belt to learn the track and how the cars handle. But just glad I was able to be there towards the end. And just huge shout out to Maplewood Fire and EMS, our local fire department. But
cool.
Not really sure how we were able to make it through there towards the end to walk away with 2nd. But
hey, man, when opportunity strikes, you got to answer the call, right? So, I mean, good job to you. Second place, a podium finish. I wouldn't bat an eye at that. Congratulations, man, and see you next week, bro.
Yeah, thank you.
You are very welcome. Next man up, another career best finish. Number 42, Tyler Curley.
It's not a career best. You're close though.
Well, for Talladega here, it's your career best.
Yeah.
We're gonna call it like that. I'm gonna specify it so I don't look like so much of an asshole. But Tyler, congratulations, top 5, my man. How you feeling?
Pretty good. That was a pretty good run. We started. I think we actually started 4th or something like that. So to finish where you start, it's always good to come back. You know, we got wrecked a few times by a few guys that were in the back right there. Just racing stupid for like 35th, but you know, it's whatever. We went
It
4
happens,
laps down.
yeah.
And, yeah, it happens here. Went 4 laps down and clawed our way back out, stayed out, took free passes and everything. And you know, my whole goal tonight was just to get Nathan Fuller as many points as he could as a teammate. You know, he's down in the playoffs, got to help him out. So
Yeah.
when he got shuffled out near the end, it was just go for the win. So P4, I'll take it after getting shuffled out right there at the end. But it was a good run. I mean, I had fun.
Congratulations to you, man. I mean, I know, like, you know, the past month you've gotten into some unfortunate accidents, some of which you were a part of, some which you were just, you know, all of a sudden you're just a participant. But a good finish, man, and you're a good driver. Hope to see you the rest of the way, man.
Yeah, I just gotta apologize for that that first caution I brought out there at the end of the stage. That was just I feel bad. I felt so bad.
It's all right.
I felt terrible. But
We just want to take a moment to talk to you about snow blindness in cats. It's affecting more and more cats every.
All right, yeah. Moving on. Thank you, Tyler. I accidentally hit that. That wasn't on purpose, but we're moving on. Let's see who else. We got Kyle Munson in here, my man. Guy I haven't talked to in a minute, Kyle. 30 seconds or less. How the hell was your evening? I saw you up there for a little bit.
Yeah, so basically started shotgun on the field. Just played super smart, you know, to begin with. Started in the back, worked way forward. With about 15 laps to go, started really pushing super hard. We got a couple green, white checkers there, and basically, you know, just drop the hammer and go.
Hung on for dear life.
I know that, as I say, I know that the 29 or the 5 or whatever number he decided to beat it tonight was a little bit pissed off, but that's on him for leaving the door open.
Well,
so if you choose to come back down on me, you're gonna get it. So
especially when it's towards the end of the race, I think that's just a racing deal, dude.
Everybody's going for it.
You know, and I get like you know, Nate Fuller made a few points here tonight. I think that's more emotion than anything else. But you know, the drivers can drive in this league, man. You know, I think tonight really proved that, especially towards the end when we had that long green flag run where everybody had to start thinking about fuel strategy and what they were going to do in the closing laps before we had those string of cautions again. But we have a good group. We've got a good field of drivers. You're one of them, Kyle. Good finish here for you tonight. I know that's a big bounce back from the last month you've had. But yeah, congratulations, brother.
Yeah, it's been super up and down lately. You know, so yeah, anytime you take a top 5 on a plate track, you know, that's a good bonus. So
you break the wrist and walk away.
All the support.
Indeed, man. We're gonna do a recruitment race. I hope you're gonna stick around.
Yep, I'll stick around.
All right, I'm throwing you up in the watch party.
All right, buddy.
All right, and the man of the hour, the guy who has been waiting at least 10 minutes patiently for his chance to be interviewed, Robert Hill. And I must say congratulations on win number 1, but I also believe this is your debut. Am I right?
Yeah, that's correct. It was kind of a last-minute decision to race. My buddies Justin, John, Ethan, and Casey were taking part tonight. I had a night off of really doing nothing, so decided to come out and race Dega, and I guess it paid off.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. I mean, you really put a lot into your car tonight. You know, it was weird seeing 3-5 cars. I know you're the 05, but it was just weird to see all that. But you made it stick when you had to have it. You know, luck of the draw, you know, with the field breaking down, but a win is a win is a win. That was a great battle at the end. You took opportunity again. When it called, you answered, and you are the winner here tonight. Is there anybody you want to thank or give a shout out to?
Yeah, I definitely got to give a shout out to my teammates tonight, Justin Vandermarl, John Cutlip, Ethan Burrell, Casey Hatch, all those guys. Have to thank Roasted Gems Coffee. Head over to their website, roastedgemscoffee.com. Use coupon code MOUNTAIN. Save 10% on your order.
Jesus Christ, this guy's got sponsors.
Oh, absolutely.
I love it.
Pit Pass Network. Dave Huckleberry. We had his dad, Sam Huckleberry, riding over the door with us today. He passed away about a week ago, so nice to be able to carry him to victory lane. And man, this is my first victory in 2 years, so it's been a while. We burnt that engine down, and we're ready to party.
Hell yeah. I hope you have a great evening tonight, man. Enjoy the weekend. I hope to see you around here soon, man. You're a pleasure to have, and definitely adding a great talent to the talent pool here.
Yeah, definitely hoping to be back. Got to thank Munson as well. He saved me from that wreck there. We were completely sideways. We got all over his door, and we ended up winning. So thanks, Kyle.
That is awesome. And your teammates are in here now. Jonathan, Justin, do you have anything to say to him live in front of everybody else?
I do.
Yeah, say all the
actually.
good things. Let's go.
Robert, the last restart you were starting 12th. Did you have any idea that you would come away with a win here?
No. My goal was like maybe top 8, starting 12th. You know that there's always a chance on these plate races, but being able to work our way up and obviously able to make some good moves, work through the middle. I think we were 4 wide at one point, just kind of forced our way in there, and then everyone decided to wreck. So when we cleared and it was just me and Munson, I knew I just had to do whatever I could to pinch him down coming out of turn 4 and down the front straight, and we got her done.
Every move since the restart that you made was perfect. That's all I can say.
Well, I appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah, it was well orchestrated. And yeah, I think if you hang around, this is probably the first of many as far as wins go.
Well, let's hope so.
That is Rich Hill Jr., our new winner. Holy shit. Robert Hill Jr. I can't speak English, and I thought, dude, my Discord would not load for a second, so I couldn't see the name anymore. So,
Hey, if it means another win, I'll go with Rich.
No, dude. Robert Hill Jr. in the 05 car. You heard that right. Robert Hill Jr. winning on his debut in the Gears Cup Series again. Hopefully first of many, and to see you in 2024.
Thanks, Tom.
Not a problem, man. And that's going to conclude it here for us here tonight, the Gears Cup Series. I am Tom Torrey, a.k.a. The Horseboat. Next week is Road America for the Road Soda 100 qualifying at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central with an hour of practice before. I'll be on about 10 to 8. For everybody at the Gears Cup Series, I am The Horseboat. Have a wonderful weekend and great evening ahead. Peace.